The Revenant. Hello everybody and welcome to a guide to a better carry. This week's video is all about optimizing your deck by understanding the relationship between your card stats and Paragon's new bounty hunter. Hey everybody, it's your boy Snyder1 with Snyder Elite Gaming, bringing you another fantastic video. This week we're going to be delving into Revenant. Now Revenant's been released for 2 weeks now, and I feel like we've had enough time to diagnose his kit and really crunch the numbers math-wise on how to make a better build for this character. Now our guide is going to be focused on the math that has been crunched by a lot of the community. A lot of the spreadsheets that are out there, a lot of the math that's been going on and being passed around. That's what we focused on. But for this video, I'm going to simplify it in the terms of creating relationships that were made from the math. I'm then going to use these relationships in order to create rules to better guide you guys into making better decks for Revenant. Now, rule number 1, do not build attack speed. Attack speed has a very, very negative relationship with Revenant. Now, a lot of people have been struggling with this because they see Revenant's kit and they're like, I don't like having this period of time where I can't give damage. I can't do anything. I'm just waiting because of this freaking reload. I understand. For now, all you have to do is supplement your abilities in order to counter the freaking reload. But what you got to understand is by adding attack speed to your kit, yes, you're lowering that cooldown, or you're making that time shorter. But per the math, just to let you guys know, 50 CP without having any attack speed, you're at 353. So that's all power. That's where you're at. 353 is the universal damage for that interval of 4 shots and a reload. The moment you take 1 CP and you change it to your attack speed, it drops to 342. Then it drops again to 331, 321, 311. It's a 5% decrease in optimal damage. Don't do it. Don't forgo the 5% just because, it's going to give you a warm and fuzzy that you don't have this time where you can't attack. I promise you, think of him as an assassin. Like Morgesh, he can't attack when he doesn't have his abilities. Think about, there's vulnerability in casters, in assassins. He's supposed to have that vulnerability. But you can overcome it by having very, very strong basic attacks and then having a very, very strong ability. They should not be able to survive that burst. So for all you guys that are building attack speed, just stop. Now, rule number 2 goes to penetration. So basic penetration does have a positive relationship. Right now, it increases your damage by 3% to 6% if you have enough power to go with it. Now, what that means is if you have, let's say, a full damage build with penetration, it's going to help. It's really going to, it's going to do what it's there for. But if you're building into crit, if you're building into crit bonus and power, you're having all these stats that are going into this character. You have to take away from something in order to put your pin on. And when you do that, you take away from his ability, which starts to reduce his damage from his abilities, and it reduces his damage for, his auto attacks. So that decrease in damage, makes the benefits of penetration that 6% minimal. It's no longer that 3 or 6% because you don't have enough power to go along with it. So do not build basic pin if you're going to be building crit. Ability pin. It's a 3% decrease in optimal damage. Don't build it. Rule number 3, do not build ability pin. Don't. It's a waste of your time. And that one dude that I saw running around with fucking 5 shadow scrolls, stop it. Stop it. You're not a Morgesh. You're not a Gideon. You're a damn Revenant. You're an 80 carry. Play like one. Just stop. Stop with the ability pin. It's a 3% decrease in optimal damage. Yeah, your abilities may be boosted just a little bit, but you're starting to take a hit in your auto attacks because in order to make that pin viable, you're going to be taking away from all these other stats. And you got to understand, Revenant's kit loves power. It loves damage. It just does. So just just stop. Don't do it. Now, I've been telling you guys what you shouldn't do or what you should stop doing. What you guys need to do is crit. You need to build crit. Now, with that being said, how much crit? What kind of crit? What's the optimal? What ratio do I need to do? Do I need to do? Do I need to play Battleship and go 50 CP by 1 CP and keep going, going, and going? You don't. So with that being said, with 41 CP of damage and 12 CP of crit, you're going to hit your optimal. That's what you want. That is 48% crit with 767 damage. It's double the damage of all those other builds I told you not to do. 767, 48%. That's optimal for building abilities and his auto attack. That's what you want to do. But I will draw one red flag. If you're going to do it that way, you have a chance of missing 3 crits out of your 4. And because your 4 shots are so important, I wouldn't do it. Now you're probably going to ask, what's the difference between that and more crit? Well, if you're at 76% crit, it's only a 1% decrease. So you're going from 767 to 760. And that's 34 CP of damage, 19 CP of crit. It's beautiful. That's what I build. That's what I use. And it works. I'm in double-digit numbers. I'm winning a lot. And I'm not even an 80 carry guy. I'm solely a caster guy. I love mid lane and I love playing support. I'm not an 80 carry guy. But I was still able to get into double digits. And that's awesome. Now, my buddy, Jake, he asked me, yo, I don't feel comfortable missing that one shot. I want something that is finite, that all my ducks are in a row. I'm gonna kill somebody with all my crit. What's the decrease? It's a 3.6% decrease for 100% crit on Revenant. So, with that being said, that's something you should do. That's something I recommend. Between the 76% and the 100%, you can't go wrong. Now I'm going to go to my deck builder in order to show you the actual builds, and I'm going to screenshot my game footage, like the aftermath at the end on the kill death ratios, and show you what you're working with, what you're capable of. Alright guys, we're on Epic Deck Builder, and we're going to be looking at 2 different builds. The first build that we're going to be looking at is 100% crit. This build is what I lent to my buddy. He wanted something that was a surefire, no miss crit. I came up with this. He had tremendous success with it. Let's go ahead and get into it. So you're going to run 2 Spear of the Rift Hunters with 3 3-point crit chance cards. So 3-3-3, 3-3-3, all crit chance. You're going to run 1 Rust Breaker. That's 3-2-2, all power. You're going to run 1 Rust Breaker, 2-1-1, all power. You're going to run 1 Micro Nuke, 3-2-2, all power. And then Blade of Agora, 1-1-1, all power. Now, this is the core build. This is what you're going to end with. I recommend running 2 Madstone Gems with 1-1-2 to start the game, and then build that into your 3-2-2 Rush Breaker, and then selling your 2 Madstone Gems for your Spear of the Rift Hunter, and then alternate between crit and power. And then when you feel comfortable, go ahead and grab your Blade of Agora in order to get your crit bonus as soon as possible. Now, when we dive into the numbers for this test build, you're going to find something that this build right here is dangerous. And it's dangerous in the sense that the numbers are off the charts. Okay, so you're going to end with 198 power, 100% crit damage, 100% crit bonus. You're going to be looking at 8 basic penetration, 1354 DPS. When you look at the Hellfire rounds at level 4, you're going to be getting 199 bonus. For Obliterate, you're going to be looking at 637.2. For your Scar, you're looking at 179.7. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 100% build. It was awesome. He had nothing but good things to say about it. I'm going to be posting his game results at the end of the video. But let's go ahead, and if you guys aren't really too worried about having a sure thing and always critting over and over and over, we're going to go ahead and look at the 1243. So with this build, you're looking at 2 Spear of the Rift Hunters as well. But you're going to go 3 power and then 2 2-point crit cards. Your second Spear of the Rift Hunter is going to be 3 3-point crit cards. You're going to be looking at a Rust Breaker with 1 3-point power card and 2 2-point power cards. You're going to be looking at another Rust Breaker built exactly the same way. 1 3-point power card and 2 2-point power cards. You're going to be looking at a third Rust Breaker. That's 3-2-1 all power. Now, I did try to add more penetration here with a 3-point pin and a 2-point pin, but I didn't see a real significance to it, so I went ahead and just went straight power. Now, Blade of Agora, 3 1-point powers. Now you're at 228 power, 76% crit, 100% crit bonus, and 12% penetration. Your Hellfire round is at 214 in comparison to the 199. Your Obliterate is at 679.2. And your Scar, your bonus is going to be 184.2. Now, this is the build that I liked more because I felt that it optimized both my abilities and my auto attacks more. I felt like I was doing more damage with my abilities, and overall I felt like I was more productive. I didn't find that I was miscritting enough for it to really be a problem. In comparison to the 100% crit build, I felt like I lost a little bit in the power for my abilities, and I felt like there was certain times that people were getting away. But overall, the both builds were very, very similar in that they're both super effective. If you guys could take anything away from this, it is always build crit. Do not build attack speed. Do not build ability pin. The magic numbers for the build is going to be 76% crit or 100% crit. The 76% crit is going to be 34 CP in damage, 19 CP in crit. For the 100%, it's 28 CP in damage, 25 CP in crit. I know mine has a little bit more CP in damage, and that's roughly because I didn't want to build lifesteal, because I felt that 4 shots wasn't a good enough sustain in order to get a lot of life back. I felt that it was better for me to play more of an assassin role and try to kill the person with the most damage possible, and then try to get away. That's me. That's not necessarily you. I hope this build helped you guys. If you liked it, please smash the like button and hit the subscribe. It really helps get the content out to the community, and allows us to have better competition out there. I hope you guys liked the video. That's all I got for you. Peace.